What's up, guys? Everything Fish here. Been a real long time since I've made a video, and yeah, I won't try to make excuses or anything. I've just been off YouTube for a while, so back on now, hoping to make videos more frequently since I only have a few more days of school left, and then I'll have more free time in the summer. So anyway, today I'm doing a native fish care video because it's been a while since I've done one. I'm not sure if this is 6 or 7. I think it's 7, don't quote me on that. But I'm doing today the emerald shiners, which are these pretty little guys that you see right here. I've got 5 of them and a 30 long with some banded killies and darters. Had these guys since October, but anyway, getting into it. Name of the fish is emerald shiner. Scientific name is Notropis atherinoides or atherinoides. No other common names. Fishermen up in the Great Lakes will sometimes just call them emeralds or shiners, but nothing too obscure. Family is Cyprinidae, which is minnows and carps. Let's see. Origin, according to the USGS, is the St. Lawrence drainage, Quebec Hudson River drainage, New York to Mackenzie River drainage in the Arctic Basin, Northwest Territories in Canada, and south through the Great Lakes and Mississippi River basins to the Gulf. Gulf slope drainages from Mobile Bay, Alabama to Galveston Bay, Texas. Page and Burr, 1991. Was described by Becker in 1983, so it's a fairly recently described fish, actually. Tank size, a 15 gallon for 6 to 8 adults, or maybe even more would be fine, but if you really want to see a schooling attribute in open water swimming, you should go for a 36-inch tank. You don't have to, like I said, I'm going to keep a school of these guys in a tank I'll be unveiling soon. I don't have it set up yet, but it'll be a 2-foot tank, and they'll be just fine in there. Max size for these guys is 2 to 4 inches. Mine are right around 3, so they're in the middle of this. Temperament. Peaceful. These guys are very peaceful. They're delicate communal schooling fish, which brings me into the experience. These are a difficult fish to keep, guys. I know I haven't really done any easy native fish cares yet. Yes, there are easy native fish to care for. They aren't harder than tropicals, but it's just like tropicals. There's a lot of difficult tropicals you see out there that you don't see out there just because they're not in the hobby, because they're so hard to care for. If the native fish care hobby or the native fish hobby was established, you wouldn't see these guys a lot because they're so delicate. Even transporting these things home can be difficult. I brought 14 home from Erie last year, and they were all dead within 1 week, just because half of them died from transport, half of them died from overheating in a 76-degree room, half of them died from lack of flow, which is why I keep these guys in a tank that gets daily or bi-daily, no, not bi-daily, daily or every other day water changes with as cold as I can make it out of the tap, with a power head sponge filter for filtration to give them flow. You can keep them without flow, but the water should be cooler then. Consequently, it still needs to be aerated by stone or something. But these fish are very delicate. They're very sensitive to stress and temperature. Like I said, you can lose them just transporting them from the wild to your home. I brought these guys of a school of 9 of them home from the Allegheny River last year, which is half an hour from my home at the collection point, and as you can see, I have 5 left, and I was down to 5 within the first couple hours of bringing them home. I lost 3 on transport, 1 after I put them in the tank. Let's see. For feeding these guys, they are omnivorous. They take brine shrimp, mysis shrimp, bloodworms, insect larvae, and they do like spirulina algae if you have any of that frozen stuff. Temperature range ideally would be 50 to 76 degrees Fahrenheit. They'll survive down to 32 though if the water is still liquid and it's not frozen. They are cold water fish. Let's see, for pH, inland populations like from Allegheny River and other rivers like that, 7.0 to 8.0 works well. Great Lakes populations thrive at 8.0 to 9.0. For activity level, these are a very schooling fish, active, that you can see never stop moving. They're just constantly moving. And that's part of the appeal about these guys to me, is they don't have a lot of color, but they do have that iridescent shine to them. And when they're schooling, that really brings out a shimmer in them, and it looks good when they're in a big group like this. It's beautiful. To me, that is. Best tank mates would be other North American natives that are peaceful enough not to bother these delicate shiners. More peaceful shiners and darters would work. I'm even scared to keep these killifish in with them sometimes, because these killies can get, I wouldn't even call them aggressive, they're just a little boisterous when they're, my guys are in breeding condition now. Yeah, I mean, these fish aren't for everybody. I love them, but they can be hard to care for. If you haven't kept other native fish before, I would not recommend keeping these. These are not a beginner fish. They are nice after you have some other ones under your belt, though. Let's see. For decor, these fish can be found in streams, rivers, and cooler lakes like the Great Lakes. So there's more than one option for a natural escape than there would be for most other shiners who are either restricted more to creeks or more to lakes. So if you keep them in a lake-like biotope, which I am not right now, I have them in a stream biotope, but if you are keeping them in a lake biotope, be sure to make sure the water temperature is lower than it would be in a stream biotope. That way the water has more air in it. You need a lot of dissolved oxygen for these guys. Let's see. Yeah, if you've got them in a stream biotope, I would definitely recommend the powerhead. Very good for circulation. They love swimming against it. And to wrap that up, emerald shiners are a nice shiner for those with experience successfully keeping other native fish. They're not very colorful, but the iridescence displays on them look very good under a good light, as you can see. They are by no means hardy, but they are an interesting schooling fish if you're ready for a challenge in natives. I love them. These are one of my favorite shiners to keep, even though they don't look that colorful, like I said. And that about sums them up. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm really hoping to make a lot more, but I'm not going to make any promises, although since summer is coming, I should have more time to make videos, so hopefully I will be, and I will see you guys next time.